I'm Sage and welcome to Sage Does Crafts. Today I went to Joann's for the first time ever, and maybe the last time ever, depending on what happens. But I ended up buying 2 massive bags of yarn. I wanted to, for like the first time since I've never been to Joann's before, try out their yarn. I did end up getting some Karen 1 pound, so I will not be reviewing that. But in this video, I'm going to be going over and testing out the Big Twist brand. Since I have never tried these before, I bought a ton of fun colors that I am super excited for. So I got this value in a couple different colors. This one I'm going to use to make a horse. This one and this white color, so gorgeous. I am going to use this to make a cow. I am so excited for that. But what I'm really excited for is for their plush yarn. I typically stick to just worsted weight number 4 acrylic yarn. I typically do not mess with chenille. So this will be my first time trying the Big Twist brand of chenille and plush yarn. So I was able to get a couple colors of the baby bear. So I got this light cream color. I got these 2 colors, both of the baby bear. This thing has been ravished. I don't know what happened to it. I don't want to know what happened to it. But what I'm gonna do is make a giraffe out of this one. Something that I was really hoping to be able to get my hands on, since I know that like people have been panic buying it because apparently it's so good. The Big Twist Posh. When I went to Joann's, they had like nothing of the Posh. There was just bare bones, a few left. I decided to pick up these 2 colors, and since this baby bear color looks like it's very similar and will work well together, I couldn't find any colors that match this well, so I figured that this would look well and that we're going to try and make a dragon out of it. I also got these crochet hooks to try. I am super excited. They're the Big Twist brand. They are 3.5 and 3.75. We will see. One thing I'm concerned about is how long the neck is. They are very long hooks, and yeah, we'll see how that works. So let's get started. Okay, with all that being said, I think for our first project, we are going to be testing the value yarn. One thing that I've been really excited for is to make a cow out of these colors. I saw someone, if I can remember, I will post it in the description and put a picture up. I saw someone make a cow just out of this kind of reddish brown color. So cute. I really wanted to make one in my own style. So we are going to be starting with that and getting my first impressions of this yarn. And let's get started. Here is the 3.75 out of the box. It looks really nice. Feels pretty smooth. I have no complaints yet, but let's get using it. Okay, we have one hoof done so far, and my first impressions of this yarn is that it's not super soft, but it's not like coarse or anything. It's very easy to work with, and also this hook is pretty nice. I actually like it. It's not super smooth. I typically use like the ergonomic boy hook. I love this hook. It's not as smooth just because this is, I want to say this is plastic, or at least it's coated in something, but it's nice. This hook is nice. It's smooth. It's a little weird to get used to how long this is, but it's nice. I've enjoyed using it, and I think for the project I am just going to continue using it. I am probably gonna keep working on this, probably come back tomorrow and show you guys how far I've gotten, because I want to make this cow, if you couldn't tell by the hoof alone, this is gonna be a big cow. So we will probably check back in tomorrow and see how far I have gotten, and if anything about my opinions have changed, I'll come in and check up. Okay, hi guys! It has been several days since that last video, and I have finally finished the project that I was working on. This is all of the red that I have left, and of course we have a lot of white. So, here he is! Look at him! He is massive, and he's got a little tail too. I am in love with him. He is so cute. This yarn was actually really fun to work with. It didn't split, didn't fray. I will say it's a bit thinner than a lot of number 4 yarns that I've worked with before. But I had a really good time working with this. Honestly, I want to make another little cow. He's got a little booty. I love him. I'm probably going to be making a couple more just to make sure that I have the pattern down and that it's, you know, functional. But here he is. I love him. And with this little guy made, we can move on to working with this big twist baby bear yarn. I am actually really excited. I have been itching to try this, but I've just had so many other projects going on that I haven't had a chance to get to it. So, but now we're gonna be starting with this, and we're gonna be making a giraffe that's gonna be looking pretty similar to this cow we have here. I'm gonna be making him a bit longer, obviously give him a longer neck, change his head a little bit. So, we're gonna get started with that. Oh, and as a quick side note, there has been some Joann updates about the auction that's going on. As of recording, it is Tuesday the 25th. So right now, it looks like a liquidator has won the auction to Joann. It still has to get signed by a judge for this liquidator to acquire Joann's. So that will be getting signed tomorrow, Wednesday the 26th. It seems like in all likelihood that Joann is going the way of all the earth, unfortunately, which, I don't know, makes this video really sad because so far I've really liked their yarn. So I can understand why most people were panic buying. I'm sad, but I'm glad that I at least get to try it before it's gone. I also wanted to do a quick update on the crochet hooks. So I bought a 3.75 and a 3.5. This 3.75 is absolutely perfect. I've actually really loved using it. I am probably going to continue to use it. It's great. This 3.5, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Maybe you will. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There is a manufacturing defect on this part of the hook. It's not smooth. There is like this big ridge right at the tip of this hook. And I worked with it for a little bit on a completely different project, and I was like, why do I feel something on my finger? Why is it catching? And I look at it and there's a defect on here. I actually am really sad about that because I really like how long this hook is. And I love this one. This one doesn't have anything wrong with it at all. This one's just got something a little wrong with it. It's not completely unusable, and I probably will still use it. It's just disappointing and annoying, but okay, we have one foot done here, and I of course have my assistant with me. Do you have anything to say? Thank you for your input. Somebody wants the mic. Okay, but my first impressions of this yarn, sorry I can't move any closer. My first impressions of this yarn is that it is so nice to work with. It is very soft and it doesn't fuzz. Like, that's one of the big things that a lot of people like really love Big Twist for, is that like, at least like, especially like the Posh is supposed to just not fuzz at all. I cut the end and there's just the tiniest bit of fuzz. I even like, typically what I do with this plush yarn is I'll pull on the ends just to like release whatever loose fuzz there is so that it sheds a little bit less. After that initial pull, it doesn't fuzz at all. So far I am loving it, and I see exactly why everybody loves this yarn. Loves the Big Twist plush yarn. So we're gonna keep working, keep making more little hooves, and then we'll bust out the yellow. And we'll be back. this yarn, for whatever reason, the brown was bad, but not as bad. This yellow is just melting apart into this horrendous pile of yarn. I can't get a center pole. It's like I wrapped up the yarn and it completely fell off, and it just, this is going to be a nightmare to untangle. I don't know why this had to happen, but oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to have to like figure this out. So be right back. Okay, that took me like 10 minutes to figure out. This is like what I've got wrapped up right now. And then the rest is just in this absolutely horrendous pile that I'm gonna have to work from. So, I'm not happy about that. I don't know why yarn brands just can't put in the extra effort to make an easy center pole. Now I have a massive pile that I need to crochet into something because I can't move it because it's gonna get tangled again. So, yay! Okay, we have our final Joann's update. It turns out that they are, in fact, going to be liquidating all of their stores, not just the 500 that they had planned to close. That is the final Joann's update. So, yeah, sad day. Okay, hi there. Today is, today is March 4th, and I want to get this video done, so unfortunately some of my projects are just unfinished. So I actually decided that I'm gonna save this Big Twist Posh for probably another video, just because this yarn feels identical to that yellow and brown yarn, even though it's like a different one. It feels the exact same, looks the exact same size. So instead of like giving my thoughts on this, I'm just gonna give my thoughts on the other one. So with that being said, it's time to show one of the ones that I did get finished that I'm really excited about, the giraffe. Here he is. Like, this is the size of like a toddler. This is the size of a child, you know? So his head is a bit big. I'm gonna have to remake this pattern in acrylic and see if maybe like I'm gonna size down the head or not. But here he is. He is absolutely massive. Of course, I gave him a butt. I couldn't not give him a butt. But he's so cute! This head is like a little floppy, but it's not that bad. So this yarn was pretty fun to work with. It wasn't that bad. I just don't think I'm a huge fan of plush yarn. I'm more of an acrylic yarn type of person, which I know that a lot of people really do like the plush yarn, but I just don't like it very much. Even though this had like minimal shedding, it was still just not my cup of tea. I'll still probably work in this type of yarn and make various things. I want to make a cow, like the same cow that I made earlier. I want to make that cow in like richer colors in this plush yarn. He is so cute. Like, and I love his little butt. He's got such cute little butt cheeks. Okay, and also, so I said that I'd got like a bunch of value yarn. Turns out that one of those was a tweed yarn that I had just mistaken for value yarn. And I had wanted to make a horse out of that, and I'm almost done with it, but I just haven't finished the hair and the tail yet. But I'm going to show you guys anyway, since I'm using the hair and the tail yarns from a different brand. But I have finished everything of the tweed. So here he is. He is so cute. Of course, he has a butt too. I love the way that he's turning out. I'm going to be doing his mane in like this same color, this same like charcoal color. I love him. He is so cute. Oh my goodness. But this tweed yarn I am not a fan of, actually. I've worked with 2 different brands of tweed yarn. I've worked with like the Loops and Thread brand from Michaels, and I've also worked with like the Red Heart brand, and I liked both of those. And I noticed that these little flecks in those other 2 brands, you know, like maybe throughout the entirety of a project, you'd have like 1 or 2 flecks come off. And like I think in the Red Heart I didn't have any come off at all. But for this brand, the Big Twist brand, it was just these fuzzies, and I know that I could pull these out because they're just not in there. It's like they dusted the yarn with these flecks instead of like properly putting them in there. For the entirety of this project, I was just covered in these stupid little fuzzies. Like, he turned out great. He's gorgeous. I love him. Like, the color is beautiful, but it was shedding the entire time. That, and for whatever reason, I didn't encounter this as much with the other value yarn, but this tweed yarn was just splitting all of the time. And so making him was a little bit of a nightmare, but he turned out so cute, so it was kind of worth it. I cannot wait to get his hair done. I, of course, will be planning on releasing a pattern for him, and I'm going to be giving him a pink hat and little pink satchel, so he's gonna be a little pink pony girl, if you will. So stay tuned. In the next video, I will be hopefully showing him off in his finished form and having an update on the pattern that I plan to release for him, because he's just so cute. Hang on one second and I'll show you the other horse that I have. So this is what he is going to look like eventually. I've got to pattern test the mane and the tail and do it again to make sure that what I have written down is okay. But this is what he's going to look like. And so I'm going to be making, in addition with this pattern, a little cowboy hat and a little satchel to go along with it. So he's going to be getting a dark brown hat and satchel, and he is going to be getting a hot pink little satchel and hat. So I am very excited for that, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so with that being said, we have come to the end of the video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this or want to see more from me, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!